All right, today we're diving into the SkyTrak Plus, a home golf simulator that gets a ton of buzz. But according to a really deep dive review, it has one major flaw that could be a total deal breaker. So, is the hype real? Let's get into it.
So the review kicks things off with a pretty bold statement, right? In a market that is just packed with big names, the SkyTrak Plus gets called the most underrated. It's one of those devices that people who know, but a lot of buyers just seem to look right past it.
And there it is, the catch. Despite all that love, there's this one single issue we really need to talk about. This is the whole story right here. A fantastic device, but with one nagging problem. The question is it enough to ruin the whole thing?
Okay, first up, an underrated contender.
Now let's get to the good stuff. Section 2, top-notch accuracy and features.
So what does a number like 98.5% even mean? Well, the reviewer put the SkyTrak Plus head-to-head against a $15,000 Foresight Falcon, which is, the industry gold standard. And across every single club, the SkyTrak Plus was 98.5% as accurate. For a machine at this price, that is seriously impressive.
And we're not just talking about distance here. The accuracy goes way deeper. It's fantastic at capturing the real shape of your shot, your draws, your fades, and it even picks up on gear effect. That's the spin you get when you hit the ball off center. That's a level of realism that a lot of other units in this price range just can't touch. And here is a huge convenience factor. The SkyTrak Plus gives you club data without needing any of those little reflective stickers on your clubs. Just think about having friends over. With other models, they won't get any of their data unless you start sticking up their clubs. With the SkyTrak Plus, everybody gets the full experience, totally hassle-free. It's also just packed with other great features. You get face angle data, which is awesome for really analyzing your swing. It works with pretty much everything: phones, tablets, PCs, and this is a big one, it's the only device in its class that has native Mac support. You add in a really good driving range, and you've got a super complete package.
Okay, now for the part you've been waiting for, the big but.
So with all that incredible accuracy for the ball flight, where could this thing possibly fall short? What's the one metric that's just kinda off?
Here it is, club head speed. The measurement is consistently wrong, reading about 4 to 5 miles per hour slower than it actually is. Now, if you're someone who's doing speed training, that sounds like a massive problem, right?
But, and this is probably the most important part of the whole review, while that club speed number is wrong, it has absolutely zero effect on the simulated ball flight. The machine uses the ball speed data, which is accurate, to figure out the shot. So your actual experience playing a course is totally fine. The reviewer's advice? Just add 4 miles per hour in your head. Of course, there are a few other little quirks. You might have to try a few different golf ball brands to find one it reads every time. There's about a 1-second delay after you hit. You do have to physically move the unit for left-handed players, and you've got to use dark-colored tees. Yeah, they're kind of annoying, but they're not deal breakers. All right, let's talk money and space. Section 4, price and practicality. So what's this gonna set you back? Well, the retail price is usually right around $3,000, but the review points out that it goes on sale all the time, often dropping the price to around $2,400 to $2,500, which makes it super competitive. Now, like pretty much every simulator out there, you've got a required annual subscription. The basic plan is about $120 a year. That gets you the driving range, and it also lets you do a workaround to connect to the super popular GS Pro software. Or for about $350, you get 30 courses straight from SkyTrak. Honestly, these fees are pretty standard for the industry. And here's another huge practical win. Because it's a camera-based system that sits right next to the ball, you don't need a ton of room behind you. You can actually make this work in a space with as little as 11 feet of width and 15 feet of depth, which, let's be honest, opens this up for a lot more home setups. Okay, let's bring it all home. Section 5, the final verdict. So let's just recap what makes this thing so good. The ball flight accuracy is just phenomenal for what you pay. That sticker-free club data is an absolute game changer for playing with your buddies. The price is great, and it's the only real option for Mac users. Those are some powerful advantages. And this quote really just sums it all up perfectly. No launch monitor is perfect, right? They all have their little quirks. The reviewer's whole point is that if you have to live with a flaw, an inaccurate club speed number that doesn't actually affect your game, well, that's one of the best bad things you could ask for, because the core experience is still amazing.
And that brings us to the final question for anyone thinking about buying this. What matters more to you? Seeing a perfectly realistic, super accurate ball flight on the screen, or seeing a perfectly accurate club speed number? That's the trade-off, and your answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about whether the SkyTrak Plus is right for you.